Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulihil Kareem wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man istanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. As you can see on the screen there, the farewell Hajj. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we'll talk about the second last, probably, the week of Seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Inshallah, next week or maybe one week extra, we'll finish the Seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Today, lecture will be maybe a little bit longer than usual because the farewell Hajj. All of us know the incident of the farewell Hajj, and because we know that our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he did Hajj only once in his lifetime. So, and that is the Hajj, and that is the rulings, and that is everything that we get from that Hajj. But I'm not going to go to the details of the fiqh of the Hajj. I'll just talk about the incident that happened before and after the Hajj and everything, inshallah ta'ala. The first thing we will talk about today, the ayah of the Hajj. So why did Islam decided to do the Hajj at the end of his life? It's the 10th year of Hijrah. This is the 10th year of Hijrah. He is 63 years old now. So he decided to Hajj. There is a ayah of Surah Ali Imran, the surah that we are doing in our other talk. That is called ayah number 97. In that ayah, Allah said that it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah has obliged the mankind to do Hajj. And whoever has the effort, who has the ability, who can afford the Hajj, they should go for the Hajj. Now this ayah, as we all know, that Surah Ali Imran revealed just after Surah Al-Baqarah, which is almost during the time of Battle of Uhud, the second year of the Medinan period. But this ayah, a lot of scholars say that this ayah came down later on. So in the mazhab, in the four mazhab, there are two mazhab, they say, the Hanbali mazhab and Shafi mazhab, Hanbali and Shafi, they said this ayah came down at later on. And as soon as it came down, Rasulullah announced that I'm going to do for Hajj. Because Allah made the Hajj obligatory for everyone, so we'll do the Hajj. In Surah Al-Baqarah, we have the rulings for Hajj and everything. And obviously Surah Al-Baqarah came in the first year of Hijrah, and that time Makkah is not conquered. Makkah was conquered in which year of Makkah has been conquered? 8th year of Hijrah. 8th year of Hijrah. So before that, Hajj is not impossible. Also we have the Treaty of Hudaybiyah before that, 6th year of Hijrah. So there is no war, nothing in between them. So all these things. So obviously the rulings in the Hajj is in the Surah Baqarah, but he cannot perform that at that time. And that's why, according to those two mazhab, as soon as you have ability to Hajj, you should do Hajj. If not, then you are sinful. But the other mazhab say, their opinion is that this ayah came before, maybe a year before or something, 9th year of Hijrah or 8th year of Hijrah, later 8th year of Hijrah, but Rasulullah, took his time, because he settled down other things, because the year of delegation was coming, people from different tribes were coming and accepting Islam, so he delayed it, and then he went to the 10th year of Hijrah. So that is the opinion of other mazhab, and that's why they said, as soon as you have ability, you should, have intention to do Hajj, but then you can delay it for other purpose. But the strongest opinion, and there's a big ikhtilaf between the scholars, even in our time also, but the strongest opinion is that it is better, it is safe, as soon as you have the ability to Hajj, you should make intention to Hajj and go for Hajj. So, and because that is the ayah of the Hajj, and that is the command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now the name of this Hajj, Hajjatul Wada. Hajjatul Wada, as you all understand, Wada means the farewell Hajj, the last Hajj. So how come people know this is the last Hajj? Because they didn't know Rasulullah is going to die. Even Rasulullah didn't know. But a lot of scholars say in the book of Seerah that Rasulullah had pre-notion before that it could be his last time. So he is Rasulullah. He didn't know which exact date he's going to die, but he knew that his mission is complete. He can see people coming and accepting Islam and everything. So he had the idea that it will be the last end. And in the Hajj, in the Arafah, as we're going to go through, he said, today Haza Hajjul Wada. So he said this is the Hajj Wada, and he is saying goodbye to the people. So a lot of people, as you know, and we'll talk about, a lot of people, they think, okay, this is probably just the name of the Hajj, Hajjatul Wada or something. But Ibn Umar said, the Sahaba, the close Sahaba, they are confused. They say, why is Islam calling it Hajjatul Wada? And they didn't understand, because they couldn't even think a day without Rasulullah. So they're shocking for them, why is Islam telling Wada, why is the last Hajj, why is the farewell Hajj? And then they understood later on that, because, after a few months later, this is the month of Dhul Qaeda, when he's going to start the journey, then Dhul Hijjah, and which month Rasulullah passed away? Everybody knows this. What's the day of Rasulullah? Rabiul Awwal, 12 Rabiul Awwal, everybody knows that, right? 12, so Rabiul Awwal is after 3 or 4 months. So after Hajj, Muharram, Safar, Rabiul Awwal, and this only 3 months actually, and then he will pass away. So after 3 months, the Sahaba understood why he said Hajjatul Wada. Now the journey time and the people, as I said, he started from 25th of Dhul Qa'dah. 25th of Dhul Qa'dah, he started the journey from Medina, and before that he announces to the people, and all this tribe that had been coming, and we are talking about all the tribe, when they heard the announcement, the announcement was made probably 15 days back, or maybe a month ago, we don't know that, but people are coming, all people, even from Makkah, people coming to Medina, to go start the journey with him from Medina to do the Hajj. So different people, and it was said, it's like 100,000 people, but nobody counted. Obviously, you understand. Nobody had a pen and paper and start counting how many people came here, or taking attendance. But there's a lot of people. There's no figure in the books of the Seerah authentically narrated. But as people say, this could be 100,000 or less than that or more than that. We don't know. But obviously, there's a lot of people came to join Rasulullah Sallallahu to do the Hajjatul Wada, and then he started on 5th of Dhul Qa'dah, and it took 10 days for him to reach Makkah. So on 4th of Dhul-Hajj, he reached the Makkah, the outside of Makkah, and he camped there, and he stayed there for the night. So he didn't enter to the Makkah because it is not a sunnah to enter Makkah at night. But our times is different because our flights are different, bus time and all this thing. So not every group can follow that. But the proper sunnah is that you go in the Fajr time. When the night is up, the Fajr is starting, you go and you can do the Fajr in Makkah. Rasulullah did the Fajr while he was camping, just outside of Makkah, where he was camping. He did the Fajr there, then he entered into the Makkah. And then he stayed there for 5th, 6th and 7th. And as you know, in the 8th morning, 8th of Dhul Hijjah, as we all do, in the way people who went to Hajj, he woke up in the morning and then he did the prayer, the Fajr prayer, and then he started for Mina. Now the hadith, before that, we should know about the intention of the Hajj and the types of Hajj. So when Rasulullah went to the camping place, as I said, just outside of Makkah, he said that, I have ordered my camels. So Ali radiallahu anhu was ordered by Rasulullah to get 100 camels. 100 camel is a big fortune, like $1 million at that time. So he ordered Ali radiallahu anhu, you go to Yemen and get 100 nice and strong camel, because for Hajj, as for the Javiya, for the Nahar, you have to have the best animals. So Ali radiallahu went before Rasulullah left Medina. He didn't went with Rasulullah. He went to Yemen. He get 100 camel, and the camels were on the way to come. Still not to reach to Makkah. So Rasulullah said, if I didn't have the camel with me, if I didn't have the animals with me, I would have changed my intention of Hajj, and I would have do Umrah, and then get out of the Ihram, and then do the another Hajj, another Ihram, and do the Hajj, like we do. What is this called? What is this Hajj called? Hajj Tamattu. But Rasulullah did which Hajj? Kiran. Yes, he did Kiran because that was the fiqh ruling that if you have the animal with you, but nobody of us has animal. We don't take animal in the plane or something, right? It's all been done there. So that time, people who carry the animal with them, and whatever intention they had to do that. So some of the Sahaba, a lot of the Sahaba, they didn't bring the animal. They said, okay, we're gonna on the 10th of Dhul-Hijjah, we're gonna get an animal from here. We're gonna get a camel or whatever we can, goat or whatever we get from, we'll do this. So Rasulullah told them, do Hajj Tamattu. And that's why the Hajj Tamattu, and it's still three types of Hajj are valid. You all know, the Kiran, the Tamattu and Ifrad, all are valid. But we've been encouraged to do Tamattu. And then a lot of Sahaba, including Fatima radiallahu anha, she also did Umrah first and then break her Ihram, came back from the Ihram and had 1 or 2 days, and then she went back to the Ihram and did the Hajj, like we do all the time in the Hajj. And that time, but Rasulullah didn't change the intention because he had the animals with him. So then they went for Kiran, so they stayed 4 days and then they start the Hajj proceedings. Now the hadith of the Hajj, there's lots of hadith of the Hajj because there's lots of Sahaba were there. So a lot of hadith been narrated for that. But one of the greatest hadith is from it's called Muhammad ibn Ja'far. He was actually great grandson of Rasulullah. So Jabir ibn Abdullah, as you all know the hadith of Jabir, he is a famous Sahaba and he lived a long life. So he died almost 67 years after the Hajj. So almost like 75 Hijrah or something he died. So that time, the son of Ali, as you know, Hassan and Hussein had a son named Ali. So Hussein's son is also Ali. And Ali has another son, his name was Muhammad. So Muhammad ibn Ali ibn Hussein ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib, he is the one, he went to this old Sahaba Jabir, and he said, and that time Jabir was an old blind man. Most of the Sahaba, I don't know why, but it is amazing, even including, Abu Hurairah also, during the end of their time, they became blind. For Abu Hurairah, it is a different case, because he said that he used to put water in, not Abu Hurairah, Abdullah ibn Umar, the son of Abdullah ibn Umar, he became blind because when he used to do wudu, he used to put water in his eyes to follow the sunnah, because he is one of the Sahaba, he used to follow the sunnah so much. Rasulullah didn't tell us to put the water, but he used to take a lot of water and put in his eyes, and some of the Sahaba said because of that he became blind. But a lot of other Sahaba also, they became blind just before they passed away, like very old age time they became. So Jabir also became blind. So this great son of Rasulullah went to Jabir and asked, tell me about the Hajj of Rasulullah. Tell me the one Hajj that he did. So this is the hadith, the long hadith. If you open the Sahih Muslim, you find this hadith, the hadith of the Hajj, hadith of the Jabir ibn Abdullah. And if you open the book, you will say how he described everything about the Hajj of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when he was blind, he was touching the grandson of Rasulullah sallam, because he's the grandson of the Ali and Hussein. So he was touching him just to get the blessings and everything, because as a Muslim, as a Sunni Muslim, we should give the proper respect to the Ahlul Bayt. If we know someone at that time, we should give the proper respect, but not thinking like the Shia, that they think they are they cannot make any mistake, they are like high level imam and all these things. But obviously they are Ahlul Bayt and we should give them respect. Now details of the hadith of the Hajj, as you all know this thing, I'll quickly go through them. What the Rasulullah did. So when he went to the Makkah, after the camping place on 5th of Sunday, it was Sunday, it was Sunday, on the 5th of Hajjah, he went to Makkah. First thing he did the tawaf. In the tawaf, 7 rounds, as you all know. First 3, he did running, because it's the first tawaf, as you all know. He did the running, and he showed the shoulder, right shoulder, and he did the running here. And then he finished the tawaf. After finishing the tawaf, he made 2 rakah of the prayer between the Kaaba and Maqam Ibrahim. Between the Kaaba and Maqam Ibrahim. And he did recite, and Jabir said, he recited in the first rakah, Suratul Kafirun, and in the second rakah, which surah? Ikhlas, Suratul Ikhlas. So these 2 surah he recited, and that is the sunnah that when you do the first tawaf, or actually any tawaf, when you do any tawaf, after the tawaf you do 2 rakah, and it is sunnah to pray Kafirun and Suratul Ikhlas. Then after that, he finished this, and when the tawaf is finished, he went towards the Safa, and he did the Safa and Sa'i, as we all do. And at that time it was not like now. Now it is flat, air conditioned, and all this thing. So when he was coming down from the hill, the green light zone, as you all know, he started doing the jogging thing, and then he come back and he did all the dua that we do and everything. So after that, it has been finished. The Sa'i is finished, and some of the Sahaba, as I said, they came out of the ihram, but Rasulullah stayed in the ihram. At that time, Ali radiallahu came with 100 camels, and when she came, he went to the tent of Fatima. Obviously, he's coming from a long journey from Yemen, and he saw Fatima. She was wearing dress, wearing her perfume, and she has the kohor in his eyes, she was beautifying for her husband. But Ali was shocked. So why are you doing? You should be in ihram. Why are you doing? He got confused, because Hajj is new to them. They had the Jahiliyyah Hajj before, and that's a different ruling. But now, this is the first time they're coming to Rasulullah. The Hajj is new to the Ali and all the Sahaba. So he was confused. Then Fatima said, no, my dad, he said, this is how it should be done. This is how it should be done. Then he ran back to Rasulullah sallallahu, and he asked, Ya Rasulullah, this is what Fatima is saying, what should I do? Then Rasulullah asked, what is the intention you did? Before you come, what is the intention you did to do the Hajj? He said, I make intention, Ya Allah, make my intention as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he has to do, then he has to do Hajj Kiran. You cannot go out of the ihram, because your intention was as my intention, and also you brought the animals, so you cannot do that. So he stayed in the Kiran Hajj, so he stayed in the ihram as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then after that, they stayed in Makkah, as I said, and then on 8th of Hajj, as we all do, he went to Mina, and in Mina he shortened the prayers, the 2 prayers together. And then on the 9th, in the Arafah day, in the morning, he prayed in Mina, the Fajr he prayed in the Mina. He went to the place called Namira. And there's a mosque called Masjid Namira at the moment. Namira is just a borderline of Arafah. So Namira is actually not in Arafah. And there's a ayah, we discussed this in Surah Al-Baqarah. The ruling of Jahili Hajj was, the people of the Makkah, they had a boundary for haram, where you cannot hunt, you cannot leave the plaques and everything. And that includes Makkah itself, the area of the Makkah, and Masharul Haram. What is the Masharul Haram? We had a question about this in Surah Al-Baqarah. Which place is called Masharul Haram? We all been there. Muzdalifah. Muzdalifah is called Masharul Haram. So Muzdalifah is also included in the haram, but Arafah is not in that haram. So that's why the Quraysh in their Jahili Hajj, they never used to go to Arafah. They said Arafah is for the people who comes outside of Makkah. You go, you stay in the Arafah. It is not for us. So that is the rule of the Quraysh. But then Rasulullah, he stayed after the Fajr, he prayed Fajr in the Mina, he came to Namira, he stayed there, and when the sun goes up, like when the time of Doha, or when we pray Doha, after the 1 hour or 2 hour, he said, bring my camel Kaswa. Kaswa came, and he started journey into the Arafah, and he said, Al-Hajju Arafah. Arafah is the pillar of Hajj. Without Arafah, from now on, there is no Hajj without Arafah. You have to be in the Arafah. And that's why everybody followed him in the Arafah. And in the Arafah, as we all do, he joined the prayer, and then he stayed there, and he did a lot of khutbah. We'll talk about the khutbah a little bit later. And also during the time, he said when the Maghrib time is almost coming, he finished his dua. All day long he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also in between he did small khutbah. So the khutbah that we all see in different masjid, the farewell Hajj khutbah, it is not one khutbah actually, because he did khutbah in Mina. Because you understand, there's a lot of people are there, and Rasulullah is the leader there. So he's obviously giving khutbah after every salah. So, and everybody is listening to that. And one of the hadiths in Abu Dawud mentioned that, 100,000 people, right? If you think 100,000 people, and if one person is talking, how everybody can listen? There's no mic at that time. But one of the Sahaba in that hadith said that we are sitting in our tent, but still we can hear the khutbah of Rasulullah very clear. So Allah made a miracle for Rasulullah that his voice was amplifying and going to each person for each khutbah. So this khutbah that we see, the poster, and I think our masjid also had one of them, it is a combination of all the khutbah during that Hajj, and they come into like a summary. So different hadiths, different Hajj. So after that, he finished the day of Arafah, and then he told everyone, slow down when you go out of the Arafah, don't rush. Because that time also it was a rush, because 100,000 people all going back to Makkah now. So, Mina now. So from Arafah they are going to Mina, and Rasulullah said his camel, he put on his camel, and he was going slowly to the camel, and going to the Mina again. And then on the 10th, when he's going back on the 10th in the morning, he did the Jamara, the 7, saying the pebble, the Allahu Akbar. So all this Hajj ruling is done, and then he told Ali to bring all the camels, and it was said that when the camels was brought, Rasulullah slaughtered with his own hand 63 camels, and the camels was running to come closer to Rasulullah. I want to be slaughtered by you, as if like they are coming to get slaughtered by Rasulullah. Usually, if the animal saw a camel, and if one animal said you're slaughtering other animal, the other animal will run away. That's the nature. But because of the barakah and the blessing, they want to come. They want to be one of the 63. And the other 37, Rasulullah said to Ali that you go and slaughter this 37. So each year of his life, he slaughtered one camel. So he did 63 camel, and that is the day of Eid, actually the 10th of Dhul-Hijjah. And after that, he went back to Mina. He stayed there. He did the pebbles and everything, as we all do, 11, 12, and 13. In 13 also he stayed there. And then from there, he did the journey back to Medina. Now in the khutbah of the Hajj al-Wada, there's a few things I want to quickly mention. The first thing that Rasulullah said, and as I said, this is not one khutbah, this is a different khutbah, but these are the main points. We just want to mention that because this is a very important chapter of the Hajjatul Wada. This is the main lesson that he is giving. So he told the people that this is the last time, I'm meeting you. This may be the last time I'm meeting you. And that's why the Hajjatul Wada, the name came, maybe I'm not going to see you anymore. And then he said, the first command, he asked everyone actually, what is the day today? So everybody was surprised. We all know the day today, right? It's 10th of Dhul-Hijjah or 9th of Dhul-Hijjah. See, they said 9th of Dhul-Hijjah. Then so what is the month today? He says it's the month of the Dhul-Hijjah. And then he asked, what is the place? Which balad is that? Which land is that? This is the land of the Arafah, the sacred land of Makkah, in the city of Makkah. So all these things. And why he asked this? Because these things are very, very sacred to the Muslim, even the new Muslim, old Muslim, all people of Makkah. They know this is a sacred place, sacred month, sacred day, all these things. He asked them, and then he said, the famous hadith, he said, Inna dima'akum wa amwalakum wa aradakum haramu ka hurrimat alaykum haza. Meaning, for you, the blood, the honor, and the property The blood, the property and the honor of other Muslim is as sacred as this day, as this month and as this place. So and then he said, a Muslim is the right Muslim who is safe from the tongue and the hand of the other Muslim. This is the famous hadith, and then he said, from today you are going to stop any kind of killing. Don't kill each other. And then he said, all the rules of the Jahiliyyah is under my feet. Is under my feet today, because nothing from Jahiliyyah will be again back to the Islam. And then he said all the blood feuds, because different tribe had different blood feuds. Someone killed somebody from other tribe, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they haven't paid the blood money, so they still have rivalry. So he said, everything that should be done. Even the family of Rasulullah SAW had a blood money, the Quraysh, and he said, I'm going to forgive that also. So no more blood money. I mean, in the sense no more blood feud that's been happened before the time of Jahiliyyah. And then he talked about the riba, and as you all know, he said, from today every kind of riba is stopped, and the first person to stop the riba is my uncle Al-Abbas, because Al-Abbas was a rich man. He had given loans to a lot of people, and he was due a lot of interest from the other people, so that was been cancelled. And the next thing he said about the woman. Imagine in the Hajjatul Wada, why Rasulullah is bringing the talk of women. He said, Ittaqullah, fear Allah in regards to women. They are amanah from Allah to you. So, be nice to them, because, they are the one that will be the mothers of your children and everything. So he gave a full lecture about the family and the women and how you should respect them. Then he talked about that I'm leaving the Quran and the Sunnah with you. So as long as you stick to the Quran and Sunnah, you will be in the right path, in the Siratul Mustaqim. Then he asked, after all this thing, he asked to the people, did I convey the message? Everybody said, Ya Rasulullah, yes, you convey the message. We all listen to you. Then he raised his finger and he said, Fashhadu, Fashhadu, Fashhadu. He said, oh Allah, have witness, bear witness, bear witness. Because we read in the Quran, Allah said that every prophet will be asked whether you have to do your job or not. So he said, yes Allah, you give me a mission, I have completed the mission, and you be witness, you bear witness that I have given my message. And then he said, this year, as you know, that as we talked about before, that Quraysh has a tradition. They used to change the month because according to their interests. So there are 4 months are haram months. They are not allowed to fight. But they want to fight with someone. They want to rob somebody or something. They say no, today is not Dhul Hijjah. This month we're gonna take Safar or Muharram or something like this, or some other months. So they used to change this thing. And Allah mentioned this in the Quran. And because of this, because they twisted the month. And imagine if you say no, today is not August. Make sure this is March. If you do 1 or 2 years, everything will be messed up. Nobody is going to keep track of this. But then Rasulullah said, this year, the months are in the way that Allah has created them. So Dhul Hijjah is the right place today. And the next month will be Muharram. And that's how the calendar should be. And that's how the calendar is since then. And then he said, about the dawah, he said, whoever listened to my khutbah today, go and pass the message who are not here. Obviously, almost everybody was there, but he was talking about to spread the message of Islam, the spread of the message of the dawah. So this is the gist of the khutbah. The last 2 things actually we're going to talk about. The incident with Aisha radhiyallahu anha, and I think most of you know that. They know when they camped outside of Makkah on 4th of Dhul Hijjah, in the morning of 5th, when Islam was starting to enter to Makkah, he went to the tent of Aisha, and Aisha was radhiyallahu anha, she was crying. Why she was crying? And Rasulullah already understood. He said, have you got your menses? She said, yes, I got my menses, and I cannot do Hajj and everything. Rasulullah, no, that's fine, not a problem. This is Allah's creation. This is how Allah created you. So no problem. You do everything that they do except for tawaf. Everything you can do, the Hajj are doing, except for tawaf, and that is the ruling even today. So ladies can do everything. And she said, wash yourself and do your clothing and everything. Don't do the tawaf. You can do anything else. So at the end of the I think 10th of the Eid day or 11th, something like this, we don't know the exact date. She came back and she said, Ya Rasulullah, all of your wife did Umrah and Hajj, but I'm only doing Hajj. Because she couldn't do the Umrah, she couldn't do the Tawaf for the Umrah and everything, the first Tawaf. So, I don't want to do this. This is a great loss for me. So, Rasulullah said, that's fine, your Hajj is accepted, no problem. But, she's been, insisting to Rasulullah, and as all other wives and husband, Rasulullah said, accepted her insistence and said, okay, that's fine. So, he asked Aisha's brother, Abdul Rahman, to take her to the Masjid near. What is this Masjid called? Masjid Aisha. But that time it didn't call Masjid Aisha. After this incident is called Masjid Aisha, it's the Masjid of Tamim, Masjid of Tamim. So she went there, she did the ihram, and she did the Umrah again. But Abdul Rahman, he did the Umrah. And because of this hadith, it is recommended, some people, when they go to Hajj, every day they do one Umrah. It's fine to do it. But recommended is do one Umrah. The Umrah and the Hajj and that's it. Yeah, some people do it for their parents or everything, but Rasulullah didn't do. He stayed there for long. He could have do tens of Umrahs. The other Sahaba group, nobody did more than one Umrah. Nobody. Only, Aisha was told because she couldn't do the first one, so that's why she was told to do another Umrah. So that is the story of Aisha radiallahu anha in this case. And the last thing we're going to talk about the incident with Ali radiallahu anha. This incident is important because this is one of the incident that the Shia took the hadith, took this story, and they make it a very big issue. What is the issue? When Ali radiallahu anhu was in Yemen to get 100 camels, he had some people. He is not alone, right? He has a group of people who are helping him. So that group also had a leader. So Ali is the main leader. The group has another leader. So Yemen has very beautiful clothes at that time, even today maybe. So very beautiful clothes. So when they went to Yemen, so from the Baitul Mal, that leader, that Sahaba, he took some money and he bought clothes for everybody, people who are helping. So that team, suppose that team has like 10 members, so he bought 10 beautiful clothes from Yemen because he's in Yemen, so he's just doing shopping, and he give it to everyone. But Ali, when he knew about this, he became a bit, angry. He said, who give you in charge to use money from the Baitul Mal and buy beautiful clothes? We don't need that. We came here to get the camel. That's it, get the camel and go back to the Hajj of Rasulullah. So he was a bit, rude to the people of this, and it's validate. So these people, this group of people, 10 people or 12 people, after the Hajj finished, when Rasulullah was going back to Medina from Makkah, they straightway go and complain to Rasulullah that Ali was being rude with us. This is what we did. Our intention was not bad because we are in Yemen. We just bought some few clothes for everybody. I didn't buy for myself only. I bought it for everybody. So, but Rasulullah didn't like their explanation. Rasulullah followed the Ali. Rasulullah, no, whatever Ali was a leader and what he said is fine. Because you should be rushing to the Medina. You should be doing shopping and everything from Yemen at that time. So at that time he gave a khutbah, and this khutbah was given Ghadehum. Ghadehum is a place between Makkah and Medina. It's like a big well. So this is called the khutbah of Ghadehum. Rasulullah said, he praised Ali radiallahu anhu basically. He said, Ali is from my family. And Ali is like a Harun. As Harun was to Musa, Ali was to like me, except for he's not a prophet. And then he said, you have to respect the Ahl Bayt. You have to respect the Ahl Bayt. He said that Ali is the gate of the knowledge. Ali has a lot of knowledge, Ali is the gate of the knowledge. So he praised Ali obviously because it is the context of that time, because he is the leader. He wants to praise Ali radiallahu anhu to make sure that, and obviously Ali is one of the Khula. But the Shia took this event and they say, this is the announcement for Khalifa, so Ali should be the first Khalifa. But Rasulullah never ever used the word Khalifa at that time. He's saying that, no, this is my farewell Hajj, I'm going to be dying in 2-3 months, and then Ali will be the first Khalifa. He never said that way. He just praised Ali as a Ahl Bayt, as a righteous person, as a righteous Sahaba, as a big warrior and everything, his courage and everything. But he did, but Shia took this event and they talk about this, that this is the time Rasulullah told to the whole Ummah that Ali should be the Khalifa, but Abu Bakr and Umar, they have their conspiracy and politics and whatnot. So this is their explanation. So inshallah ta'ala, we'll finish it here today, and as I said, maybe next week or the week next after, we'll finish the Seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.